There we go. Hey, this is Sky with Deadeye Delight, and I'm here with my guest, the one and only Revik from Mordant Rhed. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
I say, fuck all you motherfuckers. Fuck the goddamn fucking world. Fuck you.
All right, that was a good PSA announcement from him. I agree with that one. Today, Revik's joined me, and we're going to talk about punk rock, what got us into it, bands we like, and what keeps us going back for more. So, you're my guest. Go ahead. I'll let you start off.
Yeah, when you emailed me and wanted to do a topic about fucking punk, I'm all about that because that's for me goes way back as far as getting into that music and stuff. I've done numerous videos talking about how I first got into that shit. I mean, for me, early on in late '70s, I had my dad's Black Sabbath Paranoid 8 track. I started getting into that shit, and then in the '82, my dad bought Shout at the Devil. My mom was fucking pissed, but my dad played it in the house and he loved it. And then I bought Quiet Riot, Ozzy Osbourne, Bark at the Moon, all that kind of stuff around there. Also Kiss. I remember I got into Kiss when they came out with their solo albums, and my dumbass bought the Peter Criss one, which is the fucking worst one. If I'd have been smart, I would have bought Ace Frehley or Paul Stanley. Those are the two best ones. Gene Simmons and the Peter Criss fucking garbage. But about punk, early '80s, you would see punk in movies and stuff. It was the new kind of edgy shit that was going on, and I'd seen stuff like that. I can't remember the first punk I heard, but I know when I saw Return of the Living Dead in 1985, that was a big precursor because on there I heard about TSOL, 45 Grave, the Damned, the Cramps, and so forth. That got me into it. And then the same year, class of 1984, even though it was '85, the movie came out '85 was class of 1984. If you're familiar with that movie, it's got a lot of
Yep.
punk. It's a rowdy punk rock gang tearing up this fucking city. And the scene when they show them go to that club and the band Teenage Head is playing that classic punk rock band. If anybody listening to Teenage Head, fucking so good. But that scene where they're playing the club, they just walk in the club and start just beating the shit out of everybody. That right there captured my imagination. I just wanted more and more, and then from there I started discovering stuff, and that's what got all started. I started going to shows and seeing all the fucking violence and stuff like that.
For me, it was a late night radio show around here. It used to be local, and I heard the Misfits' Last Chris for the first time, and it fucking blew me away. I never heard of those guys before. I had to fucking mow extra lawns to get some extra cash. I fucking went down to the record store and I bought their box set, the little coffin with the box set,
Oh yeah,
and
you
it
still
came
have it?
with no,
That
went with
thing's
the
worth a lot of
ex-wife.
money now.
Ex-wife's got it.
That's worth a lot
But
of money now. And then the Sam Hain box set's even worth even more because it's even more rare. But anyway, your story.
no, it's cool. But so I listened to them, and then some guys I met, they were like, "Oh yeah, you should check out bands like No FX."
Oh yeah,
And I was like, "Okay." And then I got into Sick of It All, and then I got more into like No Use for a Name, Lagwagon, all the Fat Records guys. Basically, I was eating all their shit up.
yeah.
But then I started watching movies, and I watched Repo Man.
Oh yes, actually, that's another movie too for me. Yes,
And that was the first time I heard Black Flag, and I was like,
yes,
God damn it, it's over. It's fucking over for
yeah.
me. And there's a book that came out. I think it's called This Is Hardcore. It's a thick ass fucking book about the whole hardcore punk scene in America. You know, Black Flag was in it, Minor Threat, uh, Youth Brigade,
Yeah.
Agnostic Front, all those motherfuckers. And it came with a CD that you could listen to that had songs from all those guys. So then I got into hardcore punk more. And I was kind of looking back and I was like, the Fat Record stuff, I was like, this is kind of pussy shit compared to what these
Yeah.
motherfuckers are doing. So I dove deeper into that. And then next thing I know, I discovered G.G. Allen, fucking man amongst, I don't know what the fuck you would call him, but he's one of the wildest, craziest motherfuckers I've ever heard about in my lifetime.
Gigi
Uh,
Allen is fantastic.
I wish I could have seen him live, man. I wish I could have. But
I did.
okay, you gotta tell me this shit. I've never met anybody that's seen him.
I certainly did. I saw him in 91 or 92. I can't remember. The show is on the internet. It's in Houston, and it was a nice fucking brawl the entire show. And I was very thankful that there was no feces thrown. It was all just violence, which I'm good with that. But what they would have started throwing shit, I would have been walking out the door. But it was cool, man. At the show, I bought a VHS. They were selling merch there, and bought a VHS tape of some their old shows, and it was cool. He just kept singing and running out in the crowd and attacking. Everybody was attacking him, so of course I was knocking the shit out of him too. You know, that's just part of the show. You go to Gigi Allen show, and it's gonna be fucking violence. I'm so glad that I went to that too, because the thing about it, you know how Gigi Allen is known as being so unpredictable. That show was scheduled to go on a certain day, but then that day before, I just happened to go to the record store, and then I see the big hand drawn flyer. Holy fuck, Gigi Allen is tonight, not tomorrow. They showed up early in town, so I found out about that, because if I didn't go to the record store and seen that, I would not even known about it. I would have fucking missed it. So it was a good day. Good thing I went to the record store that day, and I could sit here and keep talking about Gigi Allen all day, man, because I first got into it. I think the Freaks album I got first, and I think that's the album I got first, and then got into the Murder Junkies and the Gigi Allen, the Holy Men. But then I discovered the Jabbers afterwards. I heard the Jabbers, like, holy shit, this is so fucking good. I mean, this is like quality poppy punk sing along stuff with filthy lyrics. I I was actually I love Gigi and the Jabbers and all that kind of shit, that late '70s punk sound.
That's some wild shit. I have not heard a bad song by him. That's fucking saying something about my taste in music, I guess.
Yeah, you're pretty fucked up in the head, because it's
Uh,
funny. I used to purposely put that on in the car just to freak people out. What in the fuck kind of shit is this? Hey man, this is punk rock, man.
I mean, it's a lot like the Mentors.
Yeah,
I don't even know if you would consider them punk or not. I don't know what you would really consider the Mentors.
they call themselves rape rock.
Well, yeah, oh, fuck, shit. Who knows? I kind
I
of
saw I
consider
saw the
them punk.
mentors too. I saw the mentors with El Duce, not the bullshit they have going around now. I saw him twice with El Duce actually. I have an old picture of me like 16 years old with El Duce like
Jesus Christ.
uh
That's cool. That's killer, man. Well, after I got into Discover Gigi, I got more into. I did what of course, you talked about Return of the Living Dead. That had a
yeah,
fucking killer soundtrack. 45 Grave,
yeah.
probably the sexiest female zombie I've ever seen in my life, and will always fucking be.
The Nate Wiggly.
Yes. Um, and man, it was just. And somehow a buddy of mine said, "Have you ever heard of Discharge?" I was
Oh,
like,
there you go.
no. And I wasn't used to crust punk or anything like that. And he's like, "Oh, you gotta try these guys out." Fucking another rabbit hole, man. Fucking rabbit hole. And it's just charged. Then it's disclose and a lot of fucking disses in
This
that scene.
There was Dischange, Disrupt, uh
Dysphere.
Dysphere. Yes, the Swedish band. Yes, that's good too. Of those, my favorite is Disrupt. Actually, it's funny. I just posted up a video about. I was showing an old Disrupt 7-inch, pure, just like extreme noise terror, dual vocals, highs and lows, almost just grindcore kind of sounding shit.
Yeah.
Good
I mean,
stuff.
yeah, and I think that's what helped start grindcore was the crust punk because it took
Yeah,
a lot of the fucking elements from there. And then I don't know, man. Some of these newer bands I really don't care for, and I'm just being honest because I don't know, I think they've lost touch with what made crust punk so great. I see a lot of them if I ever go to a fucking show, which I don't travel much, but I call them trust fund crunchies. They're like these trust
yeah.
fund kids that have fucking dreads and they're like, I'm poor. Wait, I'm out of money. Hold on, let me pull out my Apple phone and call my dad. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah, that defeats the whole purpose. I don't know. I I mean, I know there are good new hardcore bands. People send them to me all the time, but I just still stick with extreme metal. I still listen to the classic punk for sure, and some new stuff I listen to, but I don't actively go out and look for newer bands versus what I do in death metal and grindcore and black metal. I do look for new bands for those, but punk, I think it's just not that danger is not there anymore. And when you go to, I used to go to a lot of punk shows. I don't go to them anymore because I don't. I just feel out of touch with that shit.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. It's lost its fucking true edge. There's like nothing remotely fucking dangerous about it anymore. It's kind of sad and pathetic because when we were growing up, punk was edgy. You go to a show, you get your ass kicked, maybe get
Yeah,
laid.
yeah.
I mean, who fucking knows?
Lots of debauchery. However, in the hardcore shows, another reason why I stopped going to those because I like a brutal circle pit, but that karate school shit, and then people as they do the crowd killing and start just swinging at people on the edge of the pit. That's yeah, I'll fuck that. I'll stand on the edge of the pit and wait for them to try to hit me on purpose and knock some motherfucker out. Because I mean, I'm all about being violent in the pit and stuff, but if somebody is just on not participating, you up and knock the shit out of them. That's if you ask me, you're asking to get put in the fucking coma, man, because you don't do that to somebody, and that's the kind of shit that turned me off. That's why at least at a death metal show and stuff, people get fucking thrown down, beat the fuck up, they get picked up. Because honestly, I say that about yeah, man, the danger and I used to go to shows, there'd always be fucking fights. I'd get in a fight, or my friends get in fights, or you just watch a big ass fight and no big deal. But honestly, when I go to a black metal show now, I don't want to see that. I really don't. I don't want to feel like I'm on edge or I feel like I'm about to get in a fight or something. That's just so the danger of it is not so much as it used to be, but I'm okay with that because I'm just not interested in getting into a fucking bar fight and all that shit. I've already done all that. Yeah. Somebody else wants to do it, more power to them. I'm good with it. I've had my share, I promise you, of doing that shit.
I have too. I'm missing a permanent fucking tooth from one of the damn fights. Got
Mm-hmm.
fucking kicked out of my fucking mouth.
My knuckle is gone right there.
Jesus.
Yep, don't need to be doing stuff like that anymore.
No, we're too fucking old, dude. We are too fucking old. I'd rather just sit back like you and just drink a beer and be like, you guys fucking kill each other, man. I got to go
Mm-hmm.
home and fucking get up the next day and go to work.
Yeah, I say that, but then it's kind of contradictory. Contradictory. We'll have a party over here. Sometimes people start getting drunk and people get into fights and shit. Last year, I think I even did a video about it. We had a party at a friend of mine's house up in Austin, and a bunch of people were there. Everybody was very intoxicated, and they started arguing about the movie Beastmaster.
Oh,
You
yeah.
seen that?
Oh, fuck
Mark
yeah.
Singer. They were some dumbass. We didn't know somebody else invited him was arguing about that, saying that it was Rob Lowe playing his Beastmaster, which it wasn't. It was Mark Singer, and these two guys started arguing, and they got into a physical fight, and it was a good fight too. Like they were throwing solid blows, people getting split open and shit. Like you're fighting over fucking Beastmaster.
Hey, man, that's a serious thing to fucking fight over, though. I
Yeah,
mean, I
yeah.
grew up watching
Rob
all
Lowe
that
is not
shit.
fucking. Rob Lowe's not fucking Beastmaster.
I actually met, shit, now I forgot his fucking name. You just said it. The guy that played Beastmaster. I actually met
Mark
him
Mark
actually,
Singer.
yeah, I actually met him at a comic book convention one time. And I was like, "You're Beastmaster." And he's like, "Yeah." He just looks so fucking depressed. He,
Depressed.
I think he just had a long day. He's like, "Yeah, I'm Beastmaster." He's like, "You got anything you want me to sign?" I was like, I've got the DVD." And he's like, "All right, cool. Fucking bring it over here."
Oh, that's cool. Maybe he was there all day. Should have slapped the shit out of him. Said, "Man, you're Beastmaster. You can't be sitting there feeling sorry for yourself."
I don't
Should
know
have
about
said,
the.
should have said, "Man, said, what about fucking V? You gonna start killing alien lizards and shit too?"
I think he was having a rough fucking day. That's some of those. When you go to some of those conventions, you don't know what kind of day those people have had. Some of the
Yeah,
guys I've and women I've met from horror conventions, fucking awesome, easygoing people. Some of them, like Brad Dorff from the Child's Play franchise,
yeah.
fucking prick. He is a
Really?
fucking prick. Like, The whole time he's reading his newspaper, he'll stick his hand out, sign your shit, and then keep staring at his page. He won't even make eye contact with anybody.
Why the fuck would he even go there then if it's that much of an inconvenience? Fucking
Money,
sorry ass bastard. One
money.
time I went to one horror movie convention, and this was years ago, but it was all the cast of the House of a Thousand Corpses, Sid Haig and all of them before he died, and all of them were very, very friendly. Tom Savini was there. God damn, I can't remember what the fuck's his name. Lloyd Kaufman, who the creator of Trauma movies,
Oh yeah,
Trauma was there. All of them were pretty laid back. It was pretty good time.
yeah. I got to see Sid Haig when I did special effects for one of the attractions down here.
Oh,
Was the
really?
last time I worked there, and I actually got to meet him. I met him, and I met Dick Warlock. And I don't know. Do you know who Dick Warlock is?
Mm-mm.
He played Michael Myers in the second and third film.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, he was a stunt man, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in the
Yeah,
original Jaws.
yeah.
Uh, he scared the fuck out of me because he snuck up behind me and he was just like, "Hey," and I don't know, maybe I had too much fucking coffee or some shit that day. I fucking dropped the fucking brush in my hand, and he was like, "Hey, do you know where the wardrobe area is?" I was like, "You're in it. I'm here." What? I was like, he's a grandpa looking motherfucker. He's got like a white beard, white hair, but I'm 6'1". The motherfucker came to my like chin. I was like, no, I mean, you're here. Is there anything I can help you with? He's like, yeah, you guys got a Michael Myers suit for me? I was like, what? He's like, I'm Dick Warlock. And I was like, doesn't sound familiar to me. And he's like, Michael Myers? And I looked at him. I was like, you're fucking with me, dude. I was like, Michael Myers, what? Were you like his stunt double, the mini doll or some shit? But he fucking was. He pulled pictures out and all that shit. We laughed a bunch, and he was fucking hilarious. I liked meeting him actually.
Should have put a box cutter to his throat.
I'm not, of all of our metal community, nobody is quite as violent as you.
Because it's funny. And I am not endorsing anyone to go do violence. I'm just talking about myself. I don't tell anybody else. That's not an endorsement. Definitely not.
I was about to say, of all of us, like I said, you're the wild card. Vincent's like very chilled and relaxed. Barry, Eddie, like all of us are pretty relaxed. But you, that's why I always said you're like the fucking satanic wrestler that should have been the goddamn '80s fighting like Macho Man and all that. So
Yeah. I would have been in Kevin Sullivan's Satanic Stable. You remember that?
yeah, yeah, I remember all that. I remember all that. So let's talk about some of your favorite punk albums because I know we just got off topic.
Yeah. That's what's cool. What I like about doing these things is everybody, it's like you meet somebody for the first time and it's a very easy conversation because everybody likes the same shit. So it's not like you're meeting somebody for the first time. It just kind of all falls into place. But yeah, favorite punk albums. I mean, it's got to be like Black Flag, Damaged. I mean, of course, the EPs before that are technically better. The stuff before Rollins, but that first album with Rollins, Damaged, and In My War is pretty damn good. A lot of people don't like that Rollins era stuff. They said they got too much Black Sabbathy or stuff. I like all that shit. I like the Family Man, all the later stuff, and I like the early stuff too. And then the first 4 years, the compilation, everything went black. All the Nervous Breakdown EPs and stuff, and I like Ron Reyes vocals and can't remember his name. The one that used to be singer, but he moved over to guitar.
1 second, Reddit. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, man.
Oh, I understand. I know how that goes.
Uh,
Um, but yeah, that Agnostic Front, I heard Victim in Pain. That was classic shit. I still have that Victim in Pain Rat Cage pressing from back then. It's a classic scary cover. And Liberty and Justice, and then their live at CBG's live album, so damn good. It was GBH. What else? Gorilla Biscuits Start Today, classic hardcore. I mean, it's one of those things where you just really depend on what day of the week, because I'll also go into, you think hardcore, okay, you think of American hardcore, you think of Black Flag, Circle Jerks, Adrenaline ODs, stuff like that. But there's also, I really like a lot of the British hardcore, not just Discharge Exploited, but you got Chaos UK, Disorder, um, Electro Hippies, Discord, or I'm thinking of Ripcord. I'm sorry, Ripcord.
Record.
Yeah, a lot of those Napalm Death. Those early British hardcore bands that really took Discharge and were really. That's where it really started going more towards grindcore. But they were hardcore bands early on. Intense Degree
Yeah.
was fucking great. Early Earache album. So I like a lot of that shit. Vice Squad, fucking female
Brutal.
vocals. The Damned. Now, The Damned is a band that you know they're up there. Their single came out before the Sex Pistols, so they technically had the first punk rock release, so to speak. And it's funny, I like the Sex Pistols. When I first heard The Damned, I didn't really like them, but then over time I began to really like them, and now they're one of my favorite bands, all eras.
Yeah.
And most people like the early stuff, Strawberries, and then before that. But I also, for me, I really like their goth era. They did Anything and Phantasmagoria. A lot of people hate that fucking era because it was pure gothic, dark wave kind of sounding shit. But
Yeah.
my go-to stuff for The Damned, man, good
Well,
stuff.
you know what I say to people who don't like certain shit? There
Yeah,
you go. You don't like it? Fuck you.
yeah. I don't even worry about that because there's a lot of stuff that I like that people probably think, oh, how the fuck does he like that shit? Because I do. I like that shit. I like fucking Warrant. Yes, I do. I like Warrant, but then I also like the Fear of God demos too. Two opposite polar opposites, but you know, I like Anal Cunt and I like Motley Crue.
Nothing wrong with
Whatever.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, shit, dude. It's like most of my music's on my computer. So my wife will scroll through it sometimes when she's trying to find it, and she'll find like fucking a Wham album next to like a fucking like God to Throne album. She's like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" And I was like, "I'm a kid of the '80s. I grew up with all that pop shit." I was like, "And
Yeah.
hair metal." I was like, "Fucking judge me just because you grew up in a super conservative household where you guys couldn't listen to anything from the radio or TV." So it's like corrupting her since we've been married, like horror movies and all that. She never saw The Thing. She never saw like hardly any horror movies. And we watched The Thing together, and I was like, oh, it's a little bit of a horror movie. It's kind of like a thriller, nothing much to it. And so we're sitting there watching it, and like and the scene where the guy's head fucking comes off and grows. She was like, she said the same fucking thing that actor did. She's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
That is such a proper quote for the scenario. That movie is fantastic. It still holds up.
Oh
The
fuck yeah.
practical effects work really well, but just the story and the dark, brooding theme, the soundtrack, it's overall that's like a perfect movie. And I like the original one too, the old black and white one.
Yeah.
That one's really good too, but it's a totally different tone to that one. So it's just almost like two different movies. And then they did that prequel, which they fucked everything up on that shit.
I don't even
You
think
know that
about
movie.
the
Well, they originally shot it with practical effects, and then the dumbass executives thought we need to cover it up with computer shit. That whole movie was shot with practical effects, but you can't see any of them on there because the executives thought they needed to go back over it and use CGI crap, and it fucking ruined that shit, man.
I ignore that movie. That's how I am. I ignore that fucking movie. I watched it when it came out. I was excited. It was like a fucking prequel. Cool. I mean, you kind of know how it's going to end with the Norwegians hunting the dog and trying to kill it. But I thought it was a great idea. Kind of give us some more information, shit like that. And it fucking ruined it. Story was good, but the effects ruined everything for me.
One thing that was kind of cool about that movie. Not many. There wasn't many things cool about it, but the fact on the original movie they showed when Kurt Russell and first were looking at the Norwegian uh, base, whatever, after it was destroyed, you saw certain axes on the wall and certain things. All those little details they showed in the prequel of how that happened. You know, the axe in the door, and so
Yeah,
so there was attention. They had good intentions on that, but man, it just got ruined, man.
because even the one of the scientists that was the victim, where it was like morphing with his fucking head and shit, that was the body that they found in the thing in
Yeah,
the original thing. And I
their
was like,
faces were stretched out.
yeah, and I was like, fuck, that was a pretty good homage to it, and helping it out. So I was
Yep.
pretty impressed with that.
Too bad they couldn't didn't make the movie any good. But
Well, I
that's
mean, no,
fucking typical shit.
nobody wants to do practical effects anymore. Everyone wants to do CGI bullshit. I've only
Yeah.
seen one movie recently. Well, it's not recent. It's been out called The Void. I don't know if
Yes.
you've seen.
Yes, I've seen it. Yeah.
Fucking that movie is a Lovecraft love
Yeah.
letter, porn spank, whatever the fuck to Lovecraft. I loved it. Like it was brilliant. So
Yeah. I need to rewatch it. I saw it. It's been a while back, and I literally was looking. I was on Shutter looking. I was like, this looks interesting, and I clicked it and was hoping I was rolling the dice, and yeah, it was worth it. Pretty fucking good. I mean, there are good movies that come out, but you got to make sure you research because you'll start wasting your time watching some shit. And it's like, well, that's fucking 20 minutes I can't get back. Fuck
I
crap.
I call it we got Tubi and Shutter, but with Tubi I call it Tubi roulette. Is this going to be a bad movie? Is this going to be a good movie?
Yeah. That's very accurate. Very accurate. Actually, I've talked about this before in another video about newer esque directors, Joe Begos, who I really like. He did Christmas
Yes.
Bloody Christmas, um, the VFW, which is fucking great.
Fucking love
Great.
that movie.
The other vampire movie, I can't even remember what the fuck the name of it is. But yeah, his stuff is good. He does practical effects, and there's a lot of stuff in there. You look at, you know, people wearing, especially on Christmas Bloody Christmas, people talking about heavy music. The girl had a death shirt on. The record store, you see shit on the wall back there. A lot of stuff you can tell he specifically put that on there, and the whole coloring to it was great. So him, and then other newer esque directors I like is Panos Cosmatos, who is the son of uh, his dad, Cosmatos. He directed a bunch of old Sylvester Stallone movies, Cobra, Tango and Cash, shit like that. Actually, a bunch of popular movies, but his son now makes horror movies, and he did Mandy with Nicolas Cage. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen that, have you seen it?
Oh fuck yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great fucking movie. He did that and also Beyond the Black Rainbow, which I absolutely love. So I look forward to anything that he does.
Mandy to me was Nicolas Cage's comeback.
Yeah,
That that fucking just rocketed him. That movie was so fucking wild. And especially the Black Skull bikers. You ought to be one of
yeah,
those motherfuckers.
yeah. I know. So man, we need to make sure he looked like that, man. Get a mask with spikes all over the face. If used to play with He-Man shit, remember Spikor, that character?
Yeah.
That's what he looked like with spikes all over his.
Don't
No,
wear
that's
too many
great shit.
spikes. If you wear
Great
too many
shit.
spikes, they're gonna think you're in fucking a Slipknot or some shit, and you can't have that.
Well, that yeah, I definitely don't want to be mixed up with Slipknot. That is some shit that I never got into, man. I never.
The whole new metal phase.
No, actually, I mean, I don't even know when did Slipknot first come out. I don't even know.
Uh, 19. Let's say probably 95, maybe 95.
Okay, because yeah, I remember when I started seeing their name like getting popular, and I was thinking, is that because in the old early '90s, I had this 7-inch from Revelation Records used to put out stuff like Youth of Today and Bold and Side by Side stuff like that. I had a 7-inch of a band called Slipknot. It was a hardcore band, and I started seeing this Slipknot shit. I was like, that can't be the same band. No, it wasn't. It definitely was not the same band.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't
you've
know.
got the. Go ahead, man.
No, I don't know. I'm just saying. I just don't. Never got into that shit.
I didn't either, but it's coming back now. I was reading a couple articles. They're like, new metal's coming back, and I was like, the fuck, really? I was like, well, I'm gonna go in my cave for several thousand years and come back later, like fucking Ash from Army of Darkness.
Yeah. Well, my point approach on that is honestly, the people that would listen to that shit, I wouldn't like them anyway. Doesn't matter that type of person. So they can go listen to that shit. Keep all those idiots at those shows. I like to go to the black metal shows where there's like 100 people there or whatever, and it's tight knit. Because like around here, I go to shows all the time. I've been seeing certain people at shows for years and years. You don't talk to them, but you just see them. Okay, yeah, that guy's here, that girl's here again. You see the same people. There's no fucking trouble, no dumbasses. Let all these other fucking idiots go to the new metal shit. I don't care. And I mean, they're all idiots anyway, but I guess I'd rather see people listen to Slipknot than the fucking rap shit or pop crap that's considered popular music. You know, rap shit or whatever this other poppy ass crap. I don't even know what it all sounds like fucking shit to me. So all those people stay over there. Stay away from black metal. Just stay over there. Enjoy yourself. I have no problem with you, but just stay the fuck away from me. That's how I look at it. Because honestly, I mean, you can relate. Somebody starts talking to you. Oh yeah, man. Fuck yeah, dog, man. I like fucking Slipknot and Lincoln Park Circus, whatever the fuck all that shit's called. And
Yep.
right there, immediately, I'm like, I have nothing to talk to you about. Like, oh, you don't know this band? No, no.
No.
Do you know Bathtub Shitter? What? So fuck you, motherfucker. I don't know. It's funny. People, oh, you played in a band? What is it? I don't even feel like explain. Yeah, it's heavy shit. Oh, cool. What like Slipknot or I can't even. That's the only thing I think of. I can't think of any other those shitty bands. That's like no, not like that.
uh, let's see. Fuck, I could probably name 1,000 of them because that was popular when I'm 42. So I'm technically a child of the 80s, but most of my teenage years were in the 90s. But it
Yeah,
was kind of fucking weird because it was like for some reason, I guess because my parents, they would constantly like make sure like 80s type shit and 70s hard rock and stuff like that was always in the house. And I didn't really socialize that much. But then when I did, they're like, "Oh, check out Slipknot, check out Seven Dust, check out Pantera." I mean, check it out, and they're throwing shit at me, and I'm like, um, I was just gonna chill with my dad and drink a beer and listen to some Rainbow. You guys want to do that? No? Okay, well, fuck.
yeah. I'll take Rainbow over Slipknot.
Me too. Nobody can sing better than Dio. So
No, yeah. That I mean, it all comes from people how old they are when they first got into the stuff. Because again, like me, when I was younger, it was Motley Crue, Def Leppard, uh, Slade, shit like that. I remember first heard Slade, that band had the song Runaway. And actually, if you know Quiet Riot, the song Come On Feel the Noise, Quiet Riot song.
well, as far as that goes, I don't know shit about Slade except my dad had all their fucking albums and Bay City Rollers.
Yeah.
So- but yeah,
Hey,
come on, feel the noise. Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah.
yeah, that's good stuff. I still like that. Again, but see, I start talking about music, I get all over the fucking place. But going back to fucking punk and shit, man, it's just you go to a classic, just good circle pit, gets rough. I remember being a kid, went to see Fear back before they were still old fucking men. Now Lee Ving looks like he's going to a nursing home, which more power to him. He's still playing shows. Hey, that's very really cool. Hopefully, if I'm still alive, I'm still playing shows like that because that's pretty good. I don't want to see it now. I've already seen Fear before back when they were. I mean, I didn't see Fear in the early '80s when they would have been better, but I saw them in the early '90s and they were still, looked like Fear. They weren't all, and it was still almost the same original lineups. It was pretty good. Who did I even see them with? I don't even remember, but
Uh,
yeah, Fear. And what I like about Fear too back then, they were very fuck you kind of punk rock.
oh yeah.
Confrontational on stage, talking shit. Because for me, when I got introduced to punk, I looked at it as like this nihilistic, just fuck you. It's not about, you know, human rights and all this shit's about just fuck the world. That's what I looked at. Then going back to Return of the Living Dead, I know this is a Hollywood version of punk, but when I saw Return of the Living Dead, the character Suicide,
Yep.
that's what I saw was punk rock. Fuck you and fuck this. If you look at the guy's dialogue on the movie, there was not one kind word in all of his lines of dialogue. It was, fuck you, ball buster, fuck this and fuck you and fuck this motherfucker. And these are road flares, ass wipe. It was all fucking hilarious. It was fucking funny. And when I was seeing the movie, I was so pissed that guy got killed. That guy should have been through the whole movie, man.
Dude, yeah.
Talking shit.
He should have grabbed
But
that
anyway,
fucking.
that's what I saw punk
Yeah.
rock is. I mean, I know it's more to it than that, but as a kid, I looked at it as just being nihilistic and fuck you kind of shit. And that's what I wanted to see. I don't care about human rights and stuff like that and hearing about this positive change shit. Man, fuck all that shit because in reality, humans don't need to be fucking saved. Everybody is
No.
inherently evil. I've talked about this thing when we're doing a thing with Vincent Crowley or somebody, I can't remember, but everybody is evil inside. I don't care what the fuck you say. Because now you think about this. I use this example and I thought about it one day. Anytime you're talking, whether it's your whoever, somebody says, "Oh my God, did you hear about so and so?" And you kind of get excited. Oh, what fucked up happened to that person? They fucking died, man. Like you get kind of excited, thinking, why are you getting excited over somebody else's bad luck or whatever? But everybody is like that. And that's
Yeah.
why people like to look at negative fucking news. You know, if I did a video about how black metal is really helpful, to your psyche or something, people won't probably watch that. But if I put a video up like how do uh, how do black metal and politics and fuck you and do something like that, people will want to watch all that shit because it's anything
Oh,
about politics or talking shit or anything negative. That's what people want to see.
it is. I agree with that. Yeah, it was the Vincent Crowley because I remember you and Eddie were on there talking about that.
Okay, yeah,
So yeah, I remember. For some reason, my fucking mind is like a steel trap for useless shit. I can't remember anything good, but I can remember like useless shit. But
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
I don't know what my wife would probably. She can testify to that shit. She's like, you don't remember anything useful, do you? I'm like, no, it's just useless shit. She's like, well, that's great.
Yeah, yeah, man. Nothing. Your fucking family. That doesn't matter, man. Fucking heavy metal, more important.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see how far that gets me in life.
Probably not too far.
I'm doing good so far. Can't complain too much. But you spoke about Fear. Actually, their album More Beer is one of my top 10 favorite punk albums of all time.
Yeah, that's good.
The lyrics on there, they gave no fuck.
Yeah.
What was that first song? Women, was it Women Run Their Mouth or something like
Oh,
that?
the mouth don't stop.
Stop.
The mouth don't
Yeah,
stop.
don't stop.
Yeah,
Oh, fucking, you can't play that today. People would flip
yeah.
the fuck out. But I'm like,
That's
God
a
damn it.
good album. That song, "Bomb the Russians, Bomb the Russians,
There
Bomb the
shouldn't.
Russians." It's good. That's a good album. And the Fear live for the record, the live album is really good too. A lot of good stage banter between songs and stuff. And then of course the Fear the record, the first one's good. Actually, I pretty sure I I'm pretty sure I saw Fear on Saturday Night Live when they had that fiasco when it first happened. Because I remember I used to watch Saturday Night Live all the time. My dad did, and I saw that on there. I didn't know what it was, but I thought this looks cool. And then a little bit after that, I saw Decline of the Western Civilization. I was like, that's the same fucker. And that was a
Yep.
good documentary. Lots of shit talking, and that's what it's all about, man. That's why I laugh when people like I post a video of people like, "Oh, you always yelling and you wear this mask. It's fucking lame." Like, you don't get it. You don't get it, so don't even fucking watch it. I mean, you just don't get it.
Dude, for, you know, I think I commented on your video about that because if people have ever worn fucking corpse paint, I know I did when I was in a black metal band. You would be fucking praying to God that some like drag queen or some shit was in the audience that could tell you how to get that shit off your fucking face.
I know that's true because before we even did this YouTube channel, we had the band before, and the band Mordant Rhed started in 2017, and early on, we're trying to think of what we have to have a look because we're not just going to go out there with t-shirts on. And I said, I'm not wearing fucking corpse paint. I'm not wearing that shit. So let's do the mentor's approach and got a hood. And I think, you know what? I'm gonna put fucking patches on there. Look more fucking feral and hillbilly, more fucking hillbilly the better. And just went from there,
Well,
man.
I mean, you are from the South like me. We are kind of notorious for our backwoods, chainsaw wielding, human
Yeah.
cannibalistic ways. So, you know,
Well, I know if you ever most people we talk to, nobody. I mean, maybe people up north probably hear me talking. Say I have a maybe a hillbilly accent. I don't know, but I think most people we have hang around don't have so much of that accent. But when we do those live streams and stuff, I think we start purposely talking like a fucking
fucking
hillbilly on purpose to make it even more fucking just ridiculous. And you know, the I'm all goddamn son of a bitches.
bitch.
It's fucking hills have eyes shit, man.
Hey, that was a great, wholesome family, man. They had traditional values.
Hey, Papa Jupiter knows best.
Shit. Hey man, I mean I'm in Alabama. There's some fucking towns even I don't want to fucking drive through at night because I could hear like the banjo and shit, and I'm like, no, not tonight, man. Fucking not tonight.
Yeah, you drive by and a bunch of hillbillies run out with car batteries, start throwing them through your windshields.
Then I guess I'm gonna have to go full was it a Motel Hell and break out a pig's head and a fucking chainsaw and start chasing them.
Good movie. Good movie. Just like that the band on there, Ivan and the Terribles.
Yeah, yeah,
I've had it up, I've had it up, I had it up. They're playing that fucking van. And, oh man.
dude, a tourist trap. That was another
Yeah,
fucking great movie.
that movie, I was scared of that shit as a kid when I first saw it. Oh, underrated Chuck Connors, Tanya Roberts. I think those are the main two people that are of note on there. There was another woman that was on there that played on Death Wish as Charles Bronson's daughter. She was the first woman that got killed on there. They choked her. But yeah, good fucking movie. Chuck Connors. And every time I think of Tourist Trap, I think of those mannequins going. "Ah,
But yeah,
ah."
scares the shit. That's why I don't like mannequins. I'd rather
Yeah,
fucking destroy them than look at them. I don't. They fucking creep me out still to this day.
yeah. And
I'm a
I
grown
and
ass.
hey, but Tourist Trap was one of those movies like Tourist Trap, Return of the Living Dead, Aliens. There's certain movies that I watch once a year, every year,
Yep.
and that's one of them. Man, we're getting
Yep.
every time I do one of these, man, we have a topic, but it always gets turned off into horror every time I start talking to somebody.
Well, fuck. I mean, it. Just happens that way.
Yeah.
I mean, you're really easy to talk to you, so just fucking. We're both horror junkies. You turned me on to some fucking weird ass horror movie from Portugal or Spain or some shit. It was like the Evil Dead version with like fucking I don't like goddamn killer seafood and a guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a Brazilian movie.
That's it.
Um,
Yeah, yeah. Fuck
it's
you for
I
that
mean,
one.
yeah, it's good. It's all I think translated it's black water or something like that, but the Portuguese word it's uh negro lago or something like that. But yeah, it's good. And there's a lot of nudity in there.
Yep.
A
Yep.
lot of nudity. I mean,
Yep.
that one part where that one bitch is practically just bouncing around topless the whole scene. I'm like, hey, that's fine. don't
You don't
don't
get.
cover her up. If you notice, they start shooting her with a machine gun. She's doing this and bouncing. Like, now you tell me the director didn't tell her to keep doing that on purpose.
We're gonna need some more takes of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those shakes weren't right this take. Let's try another
Mm-hmm.
one. Keep going.
That movie's so crazy though. How it starts off when they first find that monster looking thing in the fisherman. That thing looked pretty fucking real the way it was moving around. it started off really good, and that fisherman got bitten, and then it kind of slowed down. I remember I was watching it for the first time. I was like, man, this is fucking getting boring. It had that sickening looking albino piece of shit on there. Looked fucking horrible. But then once got to the last quarter of the movie, then it was all worth it. All
I,
worth it.
I could not make out what the fuck that movie, what plot and fucking giant sperm whale, evil
I
dead
know.
creature. And I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? And then the albino shaving his fucking head and puts that woman in like that fucking jar of vinegar or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, did I take fucking shrooms or some shit before watching this?
You
But it was a
should.
no, I'm good.
Then
Not fucking
he starts trying to do that seance, and the fucking devil starts coming out of the shadows and shit. That's good stuff
that's
right there, man.
I don't know. Have you seen Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
No, I know of it. I have not seen it yet, though.
It's I think it should be a modern child classic now.
Really? Yeah, I probably need to see it. That's one of those movies. It's just like with streaming music and streaming movies, there's just so much shit that you just get overwhelmed every time when I sit down to watch something. I start looking and like, oh wait, maybe I want to watch this. Nah, I'll find something better. I'll find something better, and then it's 30 minutes later and I haven't even found shit yet. It's kind of overwhelming. But yeah, let me try to navigate this back into fucking punk
There we
rock,
go.
man. Oh, also right here, I'm fucking retarded. Broken Bones, also
Bones.
really glad,
Yeah.
great fucking metal, punk rock, hardcore shit.
Yep.
That, what the fuck else? Poison Idea,
Idea. Yep. Got a lot of the
great
shit.
stuff. Trying to just look at my fucking records and shit over here. A lot of times I can't think of stuff off the top of my head. Ratos de Pareo from Brazil.
Yeah.
You're
I
man,
remember that.
great fucking heavy shit. It's always funny to hear about the rivalries in Brazil with them and Sarcophago and Sepultura and
Oh
that
my god.
infamous backstage fight they had. Pretty funny shit.
I mean, the,
Also, what's that?
no, go ahead. Go ahead, man.
I'd say also like a lot of other, like the Addicts, a British band, they all
Yeah.
dress like fucking like mimes. Really,
I
really
liked
good
them
stuff.
too.
Yeah, it's good. So I saw them before. It was a pretty good show live. Um,
The
Another
Dickies
band,
were good.
Dickies, yeah, they were
I
good.
liked them.
Another band too, it's a little more hardcore, but Biohazard. Um,
Yeah.
the first album, the self-titled, I really like that one, even though the fucking shitty ass wrong side of the tracks, they stop and starts rapping. Sounds like fucking crap on that. But other than that, I really like that album. After that, though, they came out with Urban Discipline and started getting more popular. I didn't like any of that shit. It
No.
did nothing for me. But the first album, and also too, I just wonder if I like that first album just because it reminds me of as a kid when I first got it. Maybe because if I heard it for the first time now, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't like it, honestly.
I mean, it just depends. Like Cro-Mags. I do like the
Yeah.
Cro-Mags a lot. When I heard, when John left the Cro-Mags, I was like, well, this sucks. And then when I heard Harley, I think that's his fucking name off the top of my head.
Yes.
Uh, when he was doing stuff with the Cro-Mags, I was like, this is shit. I just couldn't get into it because I had those memories with John singing.
Yeah.
And then when John came out with his new hardcore band, Blood Clot, I was like, it's like the fucking Cro-Mags, but a little bit harder and heavier. And I was like, fuck, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah. When they
then,
had the first Cro-Mags album was really good, but then when Best Wishes came out with Harley Flanagan singing, I bought that tape when it came out, and at first I was like, man, this is fucking crap. But it grew on me. It's good fucking thrash metal. Best Wishes is I I don't know. I kind of almost listen to that more than I do the first one, even though the first one's really good. Hard Times and all that shit's so
yep,
good. Um, and actually, if you remember the album where they kind of made a comeback, where they all got back together, Alpha Omega,
I do actually. I do.
that's a good album too. And again, there's that one song that's fucking shitty rap on there. It sounds fucking horrible, but the rest of the album, it's heavy, man. It's got the heavy chug riffs on there. They even had a video on Headbangers Ball for one of those at the time, and they were signed to Century Media, which was really odd back then. Now it doesn't seem odd, but back then it was Century Media was all death metal, all metal and
Yeah,
shit back then. And then I saw they had signed Cro-Mags, and then the Business, the Oi band, the Business
yeah,
signed to
yeah.
Century Media, which I thought was really odd. And that album, Keep the Faith, is one of their best. I fucking love that Business Keep the Faith album. It was on Century Media. I thought it was really odd.
A
But
band that
go on.
a band that caught me off guard was a band called English. I think it's English Dogs, and it was an
Oh
album
yeah,
called
yeah, yeah,
uh, or the drummer for Dark Throne mentioned it was one of his top favorite albums. So I was like, well, fuck it, I'm a huge Dark Throne fan. I was
yeah,
like, I'll give it a try. And I was like, fuck, this is brilliant. So I always want to try to find those hidden gems of like punk records that nobody talks about. It's like I guess it's like with good music in general, you have to like fucking dig, 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 and dig
yeah.
until you
And there,
finally,
yeah, there's still lots of good shit from the '80s that just when I think I heard it all, I was like, wait, I this is a new band or not new to me band, you know. And another talking about punk and stuff, I really loved all the Discord, the Washington D.C. stuff, you know,
yeah,
Minor Threat, Teen Idols, State of Alert, Government Issue, Iron Cross, um, who the fuck else?
I'm trying to
Can't
remember
think
that scene.
off the top of my head. But yeah, all that stuff's Embrace is really good. Then Fugazi eventually. But yeah, that
Fugazi's hit or miss for me.
I like but it's one of those bands I have to be in the mood for. I can't just
Yeah,
pop it on. When I pop on repeater, I've got to be in that mood. However,
yeah.
Minor Threat, I can put that on any time, you know, or the State of Alert. You know, State of Alert. It was Henry Rollins' band before he joined Black Flag. Man, that's some good shit. They had that No Policy 7-inch, like
Yeah,
8 songs on there, just blasting away fast, hardcore. And then they have the State of Alert demos, which are really good. And they also had a couple of songs, I Hate the Kids and something else on one of the Discord compilations. I thought that to me, that Henry Rollins shit there is way better than the shit he did with Black Flag, for sure.
I think it wasn't fair for him joining Black Flag because there was like Keith Morris. He was my
Yeah,
favorite vocalist for Black Flag. Uh,
yeah,
the first song I heard of theirs was like it was a compilation of their EPs, and Nervous Breakdown was one of the songs I heard, and I was like, holy shit. And then when I listened to Henry Rollins, I was like, uh, you know, so
well,
it kind of, I let,
he sounded good on Damaged, but it's just I think the songs too just change so much.
yeah.
Songwriting,
Well,
because
Greg,
my war is half of it's kind of upbeat, and the other half is very dirgy, slow, which I like it. But again, I like the old stuff better, but I do like that stuff too with Rollins.
I gotta be in the mood for that. Yeah, Henry Rollins, what a fucking character he is.
You know, one thing about that guy, people always talk shit. That guy, people joke around about like him because he's always on every documentary about music and stuff. I mean, I agree with some stuff he says, some stuff I don't. But hey, at least more power to him. He's doing things his way. You
Yep,
know, he's doing
yep,
his way, playing in movies, and you know, author, publisher, making music, had his TV show. Hey, more power to him. Again, there's
yeah.
a lot of shit that he says. I feel like slapping the shit out of him, but you know, everybody can't agree on everything. So whatever. I still like his music, and I
Yeah.
find him as an interesting person. Just hear what he talks about and stuff because again, he does things his own way.
And more power to him. You can't. I mean,
Yeah,
like I said, I agree with you. There's some things I don't really care that he talks about, but I got to give the guy credit. He's highly intelligent,
yeah.
and he's fucking hilarious when he does go on his rants, especially if he ever talks about dating and women. And yeah, but yeah, it's good. It's good. Well, buddy, it was fun talking to you. It's like what? I mean, you could probably talk about fucking horror movies for goddamn hours.
Yeah, pretty much.
But uh This is Ravik from Mordant Rhed. Tell us about the band, man, because everyone needs to know about the band.
Oh, fucking black metal evil. We got some EPs and shit. We're working on a full length right now. It's almost done. So hopefully get that shit out. To mixture of black metal or some punk rock in there. We're also working on some shows. It's supposed to be doing like a little Texas tour, and we're doing a black metal fest in Texas, and then we're also trying to put together some shit up in New York and New Jersey later this summer. But we're still finalizing that shit because I don't know, this band, we got to play live. We got to get out there and start fucking bring this fucking bullshit shit talking on the road in person, man. Because the thing about it, we're not just some fucking YouTube bullshit band. It's a real band. Play some shows. Definitely not going to be, because that's one thing. A lot of black metal band. It's not anything against them. Some bands just want to be cult and just release limited stuff and be very
Yeah,
underground. And that's fine, but and I like stuff like that. But for us, I mean, I want to get out there and play and get the music in front of as many people as possible. Because all the fucking time we put into shit, it people. I want people to hear it. Whether they like it or not,
yeah,
hear it. They
yeah,
think, oh, hey, motherfucker is just trying to make money. No, he ain't fucking making money. It's just about you work on some art. You want motherfuckers to hear it. What do you got? A kid trying to hit you with a baseball bat right now?
not yet, not yet.
Yeah, you can come in there and start. You know what would be best if you were doing this and that kid went and sprayed mace in your face and then ended the pro.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate it. I'm gonna stop the recording now.